Okay, Travis Wayne Goodsell here. All right, Jennifer. We will try your way, and I will prove to you that Mormons don't care. Alrighty. So, what is Kolob? Should I do that one? He's got 19 Ks in 1 year. Saints Unscripted. And it's almost 8 minutes, so that should take a couple hours for video commentary. Alrighty, so we'll do my response. Is that helpful, Jennifer? To Mormons Explain Kolob. Or do I need to put Saints Unscripted in here?
My Wix site is fast. How fast? Turbo fast.
Today,
that's great.
we're going to talk about...
Wait a minute. I need to do some silencing here. Alright, so we don't want North Korea is going to threaten to bomb America now that Trump used the summit as a distraction from the Michael Cohen testimony and exposure of all his crimes. Alright. Okay. I'm going to need a... I need to now. La 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 la. I'm not going to record their video. I'm going to play it in the background as my anti-Mormon laws violate the Constitution video is done. So, alrighty. Oh, now we gotta like it to put it in the category. Yeah, I'm sure you like the visuals on my Samson video, Jennifer. Remember, it was Delilah. And in the name of Delilah is Lilith. A little inside joke humor here. Because Jennifer's expecting thousands upon thousands of views. So, welcome. If you're already confused and you're already saying, this sucks, I'm out of here. Alrighty. Okay, now we can start. As we're almost 4 minutes into the video. Okay, we've got Saints Unscripted, Mormons Explain Kolob. And it's got 19,682 views in around 1 year. That's February 20th. So over a year now. Okay, and we have the famous black Mormon who loves to talk about being black and Mormon, and talking about how the plagiarism of the Book of Mormon is proof of its truth. And then we have a woman, and she's the center, but yet she's behind the guys. So, okay. And then we have the white man who's leaning forward, all excited to share his testimony of feelings with you. Alrighty, and I notice in the background we have Mormon Tabernacle Choir next to I Like Boring Things. And of course, they've got the guitar to show they're musically inclined. So I have no idea who these guys are. They've got a little statue of the angel Nephi. What? You didn't know that? That's right, the church has suppressed it and altered all the records because Joseph Smith consistently, time after time after time after time, said it was the angel Nephi who visited him, not the angel Moroni. So when he died, they changed all his records to do what they wanted it to say. Okay. So, shall we begin? Like I said, this is going to take hours. And so, yeah, I'm sort of maybe ruining the bet between Jennifer and I. Jennifer is sure that I will get lots of Mormons coming to this channel, and lots of Mormons will hate me, and blah, blah, blah. So, we'll see. Lots of Mormons already hate me. Okay.
Kolob.
You guys are way too young to know the real Twilight Zone. You probably saw the reboot version. And I guess on April 1st, this is no Fool's Day joke, the Twilight Zone is coming back to TV. Or at least Amazon. I guess it's coming directly to Amazon. Maybe. I'll have to double check that. I know Amazon is advertising it. Or is it? No, CBS. CBS is doing it. So you got to have the All Access Pass. So that's why Amazon is doing it if you get their All Access Pass on Amazon. But I have the All Access Pass on the internet, so I'm good to go. To serve man. It's a cookbook. See, they're already professional. I'm not professional. Look at this compared to that.
Today we're going to talk about Kolob.
And why is Kolob an interesting subject? Because you take it away.
Oh yes, let the woman take it away.
The topic of Kolob has always been something that's super interesting, but especially in the last few years, the Book of Mormon musical came out, and there's a line in that show that says, "I believe that God."
She has the Valley Girl accent, but she's just not going with the words. So I see the de-evolution of the Valley Girl accent that I was right in the middle of down in Southern California as a teenager is disappearing. Or Utah finally got around to hearing about the Valley Girl accent and are making it their own. That was the joke back when I was at Rick's, and even at especially for youth during the summer times during my teen years, people would talk about not liking disco and joking about how they're behind in Utah. Give us 5 to 10 years and then we'll finally catch up to what is current now.
Lives on a planet called Kolob.
So we look insane,
Right.
So what is Kolob, and do Mormons actually believe that God lives there? Bum, 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 bum.
No, Kolob is not where
Lego
Darth
guys?
Vader's death march came from. No.
Dude, they got Lego stormtroopers. That is awesome. I want that for my game. It's going to take too long if I go through my game and show you. It's huge. I got a big box and a little box, and I've got the Star Wars. I can't pull it out because there's a box on top of that. I'm jealous. I want to play. So I delete or stop the video rather than pause it. Okay.
Kolob
Wait,
is...
I thought that was a Star Trek theme song.
Oh my gosh, go home.
I thought that was...
It's just
I'm not
Justin
doing
and I
this.
now.
I can't.
No, but
Okay, now they're geeking out.
that's when Frodo and
Stop.
Jimmy dropped the rock into the volcano.
So,
Keep going.
Mormons, so the first thing we need to get straight is that we don't believe...
So they're playing on your emotions by doing jokes, and then they get serious. And now the white guy, is now getting serious. And you can see the faces change on both the other two persons' faces, as he's now trying to calm people down and be serious.
That Kolob is, I don't know, people think that's where we think God lives.
Yeah.
But that's his home, or that's heaven. But it's not. We believe it's a star. Joseph Smith revealed that much to us through Revelation, but that's kind of all we've got.
Yeah.
What? What are they teaching these kids in seminary these days? Oh my goodness. Leave it to the old fogey to have to come in and... Unbelievable. Doctrine and Covenants, section 130. Pull out your scriptures, boys and girls. This is where angel's time, prophet's time, man's time, according to God's time, or according to the planet on which they reside. Thus this whole concept of wormholes and violating time, space-time continuum. It's all great and fun for sci-fi, but it ain't real. Because Scully did a paper debunking Einstein's theory. I can geek out too. We had our own geek shows. All right, verse 7. Angels do not reside on this planet like Earth, which is 6. 7, but they reside in the presence of God. So the home of God on a globe, like a sea of glass and fire, where all things for their glory are manifest, past, present, and future. Crystal ball, basically. The place where God resides is a great Urim and Thummim, crystal ball. The earth in its sanctified and immortal state will be made like unto crystal, and will be a Urim and Thummim, billions and billions of years from now, to the inhabitants who dwell thereon. And so, this is the celestial kingdom. Anybody know? Pop quiz for astronomy, these lovers. All right. Okay, here's astronomy.com, dead stars and doomed planets. It's not secure. Thanks. Alright, when a sun dies, it becomes a white dwarf surrounded by the decaying remnants of planets, asteroids, and comets. Astronomers are watching similar fates befall dozens of other systems in our galaxy. And brown dwarfs, wise, future, unbelievable. White dwarf sun Wikipedia. Go to Wikipedia, see if they can figure it out for these other guys. is a white dwarf, or a degenerate dwarf, is a stellar core remnant composed mostly of electron degenerate matter. White dwarf is very dense. Its mass is comparable to that of the Sun, while its volume is comparable to that of Earth. A white dwarf's faint luminosity comes from the emission of stored thermal energy. No fusion takes place in a white dwarf, wherein mass is converted to energy. The nearest known white dwarf is Sirius B, blah blah blah, dwarfs in the system. Unusual faintness of white dwarfs, first recognized white dwarfs, and blah blah blah. Thought to be the final evolutionary state of stars whose mass is not high enough to become a neutron star. That of 10 solar masses, 90% in the Milky Way, hydrogen fusing period. Why don't I just Google what I'm wanting to ask? Because you know how carbon, when it's superheated, becomes a diamond? And so that's what I'm trying to find for you guys. Crystal. Earthsky.org. Space, white dwarfs, including our sun, become crystals. Seeker.com, astronomy, our sun will turn into crystal before it dies. Space.com, 42949, sun crystal white dwarf stars life cycle. Yeah, catching on here. Can't believe they couldn't just figure out what I wanted from my search history. Astronomy.com, stars like our sun turn into crystals late in life. After the sun dies, it'll become a stellar crystal. Science, howstuffworks.com. Scientists predict sun will one day turn into giant crystal ball. Smithsonianmag.com. ScienceAlert.com. Our sun will become a solid crystal as it dies. Do I need to go on? It is established. And lo and behold, so say we all, from the Doctrine and Covenants. Little kids. What are they teaching these kids these days?
Yeah, you know, and it's not like it's essential to Mormon doctrine. It's not like the Book of Mormon, you know, which is the key of our religion. It's just kind of a...
Like I said, this is going to take hours to dissect all that's going on here. Mormons. What is wrong with the youth of today? These are supposed to be the Mormon Youth Battalion. He's pulling the stunt that my generation started to do when they started to turn into their 20s. Oh, it's not essential for our eternal salvation. What is the celestial kingdom? It's essential for our eternal salvation. And they're saying, oh, well, the place where God rests is the celestial kingdom, but it's not essential to our eternal salvation. The Book of Mormon plagiarism is proof of its truth. Oh my God.
a fact? You know, I don't...
It's not like when you die, we believe that you take like a citizenship test to Kolob.
For your passport.
What happened in Kolob in 1755? Like,
Yeah,
we don't believe
America
that.
vetoed.
And it doesn't even, like, literally, we haven't even talked about it in general conference since the 1960s, and it's not something that's, like, essential to our beliefs at all, right?
Yeah, and we haven't talked about it because the Kolobians are very upset because their police are coming and taking their job.
Okay, okay, now they're being racist with the "Stop Taking Our Jobs" slogan. Oh my God. That's the whole alt-right Republican accusation against immigrants. Nevertheless, I'm going to stop the video here and hope that I remember to insert Plan of Salvation picture. It'll include Calvin and Hobbes, or the Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. I need to find that. So I'm going to stop the video now, and I will resume and hope that I remember to insert picture. Okay, I'm back, and hopefully I remembered, and so notice where the one Calvin is at the far upper right. Where is he on? He's on a sun. Let's get back to these racist kids.
Taking our job! But seriously,
Oh, they represent the church.
what is cool about Kolob, like, it does kind of give us, because we believe that
What's cool about Kolob? Well, first of all, the song, If You Could Hide a Kolob, but, dude, bro, like totally tubular, gag me with a spoon.
God has physical form.
Yeah.
And that means if he has a physical form, he must physically live somewhere.
Mhm.
And so the idea of Kolob does kind of express that, like, God,
What? First of all, yes, God has a physical body. I don't think he's taken science class with all that he's talking about with Kolob, but he doesn't understand what that means. It means God is not all-knowing, all-seeing, all-powerful. He can't be if he's a physical being. That's a Christian thing for a non-physical entity. that man, being physical, can never interact with God. And so it has to be some other method of contact. And it's very confusing because it's unsound argument. But Mormon God, physical being, which means he has to abide by physical law. So there's a Star Trek Generations episode of the one kid who becomes a cadet who becomes an elevated or evolutionized being of light. Remember that episode. Search for it. Let me see if we can Google it and find it for you. What episode of Star Trek Generations had beams of light? Masks. The crew initiates a sensor scan of it, triggering a flash of light on board and a distortion. It's discovered that the Comet has been using the Enterprise scans. No, I don't think that's it. A human being of light. Human being of light. The Chase. Template info box television episode is being considered for merging The Chase and its episode. And then there's Chain of Command. It's being subject to torture as a terrorist. Why don't you just know what I want? What good is a browsing history if you can't figure it out? Solves an ancient genetic puzzle. Student of archaeology, former mentor, discovery of all time. Unusual Picard Enterprise, Torn, mentor, Picard's job as an adult Emperor. Galen. He's attacked and boarded. Just enough energy. Apologize. Rude remarks. Dying breath. Investigating Galen's ship. DNA strands. Discovered worlds all over the galaxy. And discovered an embedded genetic pattern. I don't think this is it. The Cardassians, Kim and whatever her other sisters' names are, warp off ahead of the others, firing at both ships to disable them. Okay, they locate the final DNA fragment, which completes and runs the program. Holographic message, the recorded image of an alien humanoid. It's projected to the assembled company and explains that its race, the Alpha Quadrant, when the alien race. The Milky Way is the oldest galaxy in the universe. Google it. It's got to be true. But yeah, they give the date for the beginning of the universe, and then when you look at the galaxies, Milky Way is the oldest by several million years from the next oldest. So it's not the Alpha Quadrant, but it's Star Trek. They've gone beyond what we can see on Earth. Okay, that wasn't it. So I'm not going to check the others. Just trust me. One of their ensigns or whatever you call him, he died and evolved into a being of light.
God is living somewhere.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that he lives near a star.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's at least one close to him.
This also means that we kind of have a doctrine on space. We have a theology about space, which is the...
That's why we call Cleon Skousen. I gotta be careful how I say that, because he's known as Klingon Skousen. Space doctrine.
The coolest
Which
thing.
is literally the coolest.
That is very unique, yeah.
I mean, it just adds to the fact that
Yeah, the woman is now silent during all this time. Notice?
God's creations are numberless, endless, and why would his doctrine only relate to this earth?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
why would he not have, I don't know, information on the rest of his
There's
creation?
Yeah, let's speculate. The doctrine of speculation. We will establish the truth through speculation.
And other planets, like
Yeah,
the universe is
not just
constantly
the only one.
expanding. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
It really
It's
is.
a brave
It's also
world.
very gutsy.
Oops. He adopted the doctrine of the world. Did you catch it? The universe is expanding. That's a result of the Big Bang Theory, created by a Catholic with a French name. What is the Joseph Smith doctrine on this matter? Section 93, verse 33. For man is spirit. The elements are eternal. They were not created with a big bang. Okay, so we only have the two. Okay, let's see if... Fine, I get the hint. Let's try another one. Okay, no, that's not it. I don't know if you heard the little ding, 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 ding. It was saying, no, you can't do that. So let's carry on, even though you've now totally dissed on Joseph Smith's theory called the vegetation theory. That's where space has always existed, even though it was without suns and planet bombing up from the hydrogen collisions to create the suns, to start the universe. That was the Big Bang. It wasn't no Big Bang theory. It was hydrogen colliding finally and exploding into the creation of a sun. And so the universe is infinite. It just is. It doesn't have an end or beginning. It wasn't created out of nothing. A Big Bang theory. It's like a field that's infinite in all directions, everywhere, in a 360 model. So there's no parallel universes. That's bunk too. So get your theory right.
Thing for a Christian religion to be like, oh yeah, no, life on other planets, God's in charge of those
You have no
lives.
idea how many times people have told me that I believe in aliens, and I just look at them like, yes. And stop. And they're like, wait, what?
How do you believe it?
Aliens. Okay, I'm forgetting to point out, let's get my ice colored up, brightened up, illuminated. Alright. I'm willing to bet that not a single one of these guys will ever talk about Egyptian religious theology. Not a single one of them. Because the church will not teach that context with their scripture from Joseph Smith. Do I need to go to facsimile number 2? I hope I get all the videos assembled together. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna stop the video and show facsimile number 2, which, according to the pyramid texts, is a sun. Okay, did I do it? I hope I did. Let us continue with the alien talk.
Aliens, brother! You believe in dinosaurs too?
What?
Yes.
Kinda. Do or do not. There is no kinda.
Few bones and fossils, I don't know.
So I had this friend he told me via Facebook message. He was like, what? Like I could feel him screaming at me. I could feel him like
Feel. And again, I'm not hearing the woman doing much talking. She was talking for a bit in the beginning, and now she's been pushed back a little bit in her chair, and she's just smiling and looking pretty.
I can feel his like hot, angry breath from 700 miles away. Right?
Disappointed! That was cool. They did a little thing from Hercules. That was the Alter Ego Hercules episode. I'm getting a puffiness thing here. Do you guys see the... Yeah, I had a rooster tail going on this morning when I first woke up and finished my run. Anybody notice? This is what happens after you first cut your hair. You have all these weird motions of your hair.
And he was basically like, you guys believe like in a planet called Kolob? And what was crazy to him and to a lot of people is that LDS theology has named things like you can't name stars or planets unless it's Mercury or Venus or Earth or Mars or
7.32.
Yeah, that's normal. But or it just to me it's weird. Like we have planets named after what is it? Not Roman gods or Greek gods, but like we have yeah. So we have planets.
Roman gods, yeah.
Planets named after Roman gods. So then we have something go. Oh yeah, Kolob and Kokob and Kokabim and Shinha, and they're going like. No, that's weird.
Where did these names come from?
They come from the Book of Abraham.
Okay, cool.
so essentially,
he did it after all. Hallelujah. But he's not going to tie it into the sun, which the text that he put up on the screen there said Shinha.
The Lord is telling Abraham about the universe and kind of telling him a little bit about how like light works and how like.
Joseph Smith is translating facsimile number 2 into Abraham chapter 3.
Things revolve and things like that according to God's time. And I don't understand what's going on really that much, but he's revealing really cool
Abraham
things.
didn't either. Cool.
Yay, more speculation. An assumption of what other people are thinking and feeling.
In physics class, I'm just like...
the mitochondria is the...
You took physics? I'm not believing it. I took physics. Mason and I did a video project on bubbles. Mason wanted us to do our bubble video with his pool in the background, and we'd get other high school girls from our school to be in bikinis playing in the pool while we were talking about physics and bubble making. Needless to say, we didn't do that. And I'm sure it had nothing to do with our unpopularity with the hot chicks in the high school.
Powerhouse of the Eli Whitney's cotton gin, a squared plus b squared equals
c squared.
Yes, but essentially there's nothing that strange about like having names for things in the solar system.
Of course, there'd be names for things.
Yeah, if God's interested, why couldn't he name it?
Yeah.
If he can name something an elephant.
I know.
That's a stupid one. He names things on Earth. He named why can he not name other things?
He shut her down, didn't he?
Something that a lot of people might think is weird that goes along with.
They paused or stopped the video, and now it's on her. So they did some editing with the video here. I am woman, hear me speak now.
Their belief in Kolob is that God actually lives in an actual place and he has a physical location. Because a lot of Christians are like, oh, well, God is everywhere. God is everything.
Right.
But since we believe that God has a physical body, just like we do, and just like Christ was after he was resurrected, yes, they have a physical place where they're located.
She's so smart. I believe whatever
in Genesis,
you say.
God is saying, let us make man in our image, in our likeness. So you have him talking about physicality and talking to other people. So there are a number of people there at this creation. And then even if...
you apparently don't know the controversy. Because Elohim is saying, let us make. And so I thought you were Mr. Hebrew guy doing your Hebrew thing on that other video about the Book of Mormon.
If you believe that Jesus and God are one, if let's say you take that belief, then you believe that Christ was resurrected, right?
Yeah, right.
So he came out with the body. So where is he now? He's got to be somewhere,
right?
The physicality does play a role.
Jesus, Polo, Jesus, Polo.
in divinity.
Yeah, he lives.
Yeah, he
He's
lives.
somewhere.
So it's like, is he just like, oh,
And I testify that he lives, even though I've never seen him physically.
oh no, he went to the sky, and now he just exists as like chills and hugs and warm puppies.
Right.
It's like, no, like Jesus is a being.
Well, and that's core to our beliefs, the fact that we can become like the Savior and Heavenly Father.
Well, that's wild and radical for Mormons. I thought they were becoming Christian. Feelings, nothing more than feelings.
And that that's the reason we have a body.
Yeah.
The reason we're here is to become like them.
Bodies are.
And it would seem, to me, it would seem like, why would he give us bodies if they weren't essential to his plan?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Why would if bodies weren't essential, why would Christ be resurrected with his body?
Exactly.
Why would they make such a big deal out
And
of
which is
that?
why we believe that Heavenly Father also has a physical body.
And it's really cool when we tie into the fact that we believe that God controls the universe. You know, there's a lot out there, and so I think these things kind of harmonize together like synergy.
What is with this synergy? I do not understand.
Also,
Ooh.
and the idea that God is everywhere, very much, His influence is everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely, the
You
spirit.
know, the Spirit, His love, you know, the light of the Savior.
The spirit is the hydrogen element. Remember? Element is eternal. Hydrogen.
Feel it.
Yeah.
That is everywhere. But as a physical being, I believe He's in one place.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And we want to know what you think, so be sure to leave us a comment below this video.
Nope, I'm going to do my own video. I'm going to stay away from commenting on your channel because you'll ban me. Somebody shoot me now. All right, so we're done. Are you happy, Jennifer? She's forcing me to actually listen to these people. These crazy Mormons with all their weird thinking. So if this doesn't work, Jennifer, I'm through. I'm going to do it my way. Response to Mormons explain Kolob. Do I have to put Saints Unscripted? We'll figure it out. I don't want the title too long.